The MacBook Air, Apple's cheapest laptop, is a popular option for many people on a budget. But should you get one in 2018? Today we're going to find out. This is an early 2015 MacBook Air. The design on this laptop has not really been changed since 2010. It's still a nice looking laptop. It has an all aluminium chassis. Sure, it's not quite as nice as some of the newer MacBooks, but it still doesn't look that bad. One thing that hasn't changed is the MagSafe connector. While there are some advantages to having a USB Type-C connector, there's something nice about having a magnetic cable that you say trip over your charger and your laptop won't go crashing down to the ground. If we go and open up the MacBook Air, you'll see the old style keyboard and a non-force touch trackpad, which isn't all that bad. The first thing you'll probably notice when you power on the MacBook Air is how bad the screen is. Some things from 2010 will hold up pretty good, but the TN panel is definitely not going to be one of those things. It is a 13.3 inch display with a 1440 by 900 resolution, which is low, but it's not going to be the end of the world. But the colours and viewing angles are most definitely going to be the end of the world. For a $1,000 laptop, this should be a deal breaker. Now, there are legitimate advantages to having a MacBook like this still around, but considering they have not updated the screen in this many years and it looks this bad is crazy. On the new MacBook, you're just going to be getting one USB Type-C port, and that one port has to do everything, meaning dongles. But on the MacBook Air, you aren't going to have this problem, because you have a mini display port which also doubles as a Thunderbolt 2, a USB 3.0, and an SD card reader. On the other side, you have one more USB 3.0, a headphone jack, and a MagSafe power adapter. The model I have here is an early 2015 with 4GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and a 1.6GHz dual-core Intel Core i5. The new 2017 MacBook Air comes with a 1.8GHz dual-core Intel Core i5 and a 128GB or 256GB of storage. This is not much of an upgrade, but it is an upgrade. What hasn't changed is the processor inside. The MacBook Air still has a 5th generation processor, while the new MacBooks and Windows laptops have either a 7th gen or an 8th gen processor. Now if we take a look at the scores, so not only is it slower than the MacBook, which has a much lower power processor, but it is also much slower than the LG Gram, which is about the same price and has a Core i5 in it. One of the other big advantages with the MacBook Air is the battery life. The way the MacBook Air is spec'd with its fairly large battery, you should expect around 14 hours on one charge, which is very good. But the issue is that other laptops like the LG Gram have definitely caught up to this number. One area where the MacBook Air does hold up is the keyboard and trackpad. The keyboard still feels pretty decent, but I still prefer the new keyboards on the MacBook and MacBook Pro, but a lot of people still prefer the extra key travel on the MacBook Air. The trackpad is pretty good as well. It's not as new and nice as the Force Touch trackpads, but this is still a better trackpad than any Windows laptops you can buy. Now when it actually comes to using the Air, it does feel pretty snappy. So if you look at it compared to something else on the benchmark, it doesn't look very good, but for web browsing it does feel very good. The screen does let it down, but besides that it is a pretty good laptop. Now if this is going to be your school machine where all you're going to be doing on it is typing on Google Docs, then this will be fine. And also don't pay $1,000 for it, you can buy a certified refurbished one for $480 off Amazon. Thanks for watching guys. If you like the video, press the like button, and while you're down there consider subscribing. And if you're interested in any of the products we showed today, we'll have links to all of these down in the description below. And also please consider supporting us on Patreon.